Awesome. We're started right now.
Beautiful. Take it away.
And we don't have any attendees right now.
Oh, dang. We do not.
So we can give it a 10. Shoot, I had some really cool stuff I wanted to share.
No.
Is your name,
Well,
is it pronounced Jen? Gen?
yes, Genevieve is my full name.
Ah. Are you a
Yeah.
loan officer or do you just work at NAM?
No, yeah, I work for ClearPath, which is, yeah, for NAM, basically, yeah. I'm the marketing
Okay.
person, so I'm just kind of filling in here, starting everything. Yeah. So,
Well, there you
yeah.
go. Where you at? You down in Florida?
No, I'm actually in Chicago.
Oh, how's
So,
the weather?
not great. It's just, I mean, I don't mind the cold. It's just so gray. Uh, that's what kind of gets me a little bummed out. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Where are you?
I'm in Northern California.
Oh,
It's outside between San Francisco and Sacramento.
oh my gosh, that sounds wonderful. Oh, California. Oh,
Yeah, but our taxes suck. Our taxes are
I
bad.
do hear that. I do hear that. Um, yeah, I was thinking about moving to California, and then I was like, maybe not.
I'll
Maybe
tell you what,
not.
it's getting cheaper because so many people are moving out right now.
Oh, seriously?
But if you move to
Wow.
California, move to Northern California. Don't move to Southern California.
Okay, so what is the deal there? Like, because I've been to San Diego and LA. I've n never been to Northern California.
Oh, you want to go like San Francisco, Silicon Valley, Napa, the wine country, the
Okay.
mountains. Yeah,
Okay.
we've got Lake Tahoe,
Okay.
world-class ski resorts, the most famous wine country in the world. Um, San Francisco, one of the most cultured cities in the world. It's great, right on the water. Um, yeah, it's just a lot more. It's just a different vibe. It's a totally different vibe.
Yeah, I always feel like I get the impression that people in Northern California are just a little bit more stuck up, for lack of a better term.
Oh
Everyone.
God, no! The people in Northern California aren't plastic. Everyone in Southern California has had plastic surgery. I was talking with a realtor down there, and she
Hmm.
goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "All of my friends, everybody I know, all my clients, for all their daughters, they get them boob jobs on their 18th birthday."
Excuse me, what?
Isn't that disgusting? Seriously, isn't that gross?
That's gross.
It's
Why?
horrifying. I mean, you're teaching your kids to be objectified, in their preteen years because that's what matters most. But I find it horrifying.
Oh
Northern
my
California is a lot more laid back, way more laid back.
God. Okay. All right. See, okay. That's a okay. I'll check it out. I definitely like my wine, so that definitely perked my interest.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're 10, 15 minutes away from Napa, where we're at with um, in the whole Napa Valley. And it's where we live, it's not terribly expensive. If you get outside of San Francisco, it's not there's areas where, it's not gonna kill you. We live
Okay.
in the low rent district.
I was gonna say, I was like, I mean, I've heard like horror stories about people paying like $3,000 for a one bedroom in San Francisco, and I'm like, I just no, cannot do that.
Yeah, but there's one of the trippy things is because of a lot of the laws that they passed, and the the tax code that we have in California, a lot of these software companies are leaving here. So there's in a like a 4 block area, you have the headquarters of Google, Twitter, Facebook, Tesla, Uber. I mean, they're Salesforce, like they're
Hmm.
all right there. And so like if you go to Palo Alto, the median sales price for a house, your average just dump house, 1,700 square foot house is about 5 million. Um, but where we live now, that's a 45-minute to an hour drive from us.
Hmm.
Where we live, the median sales price for a house is probably 500,000.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
you can find you can find some houses in the fours. So I don't know. You might even be able to find houses in the threes. I don't look at that stuff. I'll tell you what, though, I'm leaving California. I'm
Are
not going to
you?
Chicago, but I'm leaving California.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I was thinking like Flagstaff, Arizona is really cool because it's up in the mountains.
Yes.
They have ski resorts there. It doesn't get hot like Arizona, and they got more ponderosa pines than Lake Tahoe.
Hmm.
And their tax base is it's you're just up in the mountains. It's killer, and they've got a legitimate city there, and their taxes are good. I was also thinking of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Ooh, all
Um,
right.
they got the same type of thing going there. It's up in the mountains. I can't do like a lot of heat. I can't do real cold, and I can't do humidity. So like, where are you going to get four seasons? Um, so Knoxville, I kind of like that area outside of Knoxville. Maybe one of those two.
All right, all right. I was betting you were gonna say Colorado. That's where all the Californians are going right now. But
Yeah, I do like Colorado a lot. I mean, yeah, actually, you can Colorado and Idaho too. Idaho's got some really killer places as well.
oh,
But
really?
you deal with a lot of the same congestion in Colorado that you would get in the areas that we live. It's just such a big city.
Sure.
I'm just I've lived in Los Angeles and outside of San Francisco my whole life. It's just time for a change of pace.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, yeah, I was gonna say Chicago is a great area, but if you don't like the cold, do not come here.
Oh, listen, I like the cold. I love snowboarding. It's like I love snowboarding, but like I don't like yeah, I don't like snow for snow's sake. I like it if you could do something fun with it.
Right, right, exactly. Well, wait, I guess you could like you could cross country ski here if you wanted to, but yeah, if you're into snowboarding, not so much.
Hey, have you ever seen those lakefront storms like where the ice just starts piling up and
Oh
it starts
yeah.
coming? Have you seen that before?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's kind of cool. It's kind of it's a little scary, but it's kind of cool.
It's really cool looking. I've seen that
Yeah.
before and I'm like, damn, that's a trip.
With the shards of it looks like shards of glass, but it's obviously ice and all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. No, I love I like to run, so the lakefront is my like sanctuary place.
So where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland originally. So.
Oh, I love Cleveland.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to hear you say that.
I do. I really do. There's something about Cleveland that I really dig.
Yeah, it's definitely a hidden gem.
I
People
think
love
so.
to make fun of it, but we've got everything. We've got the sports teams, we have good food, we have the lake. Like it's cheap, so cheap.
Yeah,
Um,
you got that Italian district. You've got some killer
yes.
restaurants up there. You have that it's not a farmer's market, but like where they have all the stalls and all the food. Like
Yeah,
that place is
West
cool.
Side Market. Yeah.
West Side Market. Your downtown's
Hmm.
killer. I went the last time I went there I had some barbecue and
Yes.
they're like, "Yeah, it's Cleveland barbecue." I'm like, "What the fuck is Cleveland barbecue?" Now, keep in mind I travel like for a living. I travel a ton.
Hmm.
So I went there. I was by myself, and they're like, okay, so it's like you had like a sausage and a couple of meats and like onions with mustard and
Hmm.
sauerkraut, and I'm like, well, let's just give it a shot. I don't know. It's a Cleveland barbecue.
Hmm.
I came back. I told Frank, I'm like, that was like the best barbecue I've ever had. It was so different than anything that I'd ever had before.
Yeah.
It's a cool little place. Yeah, I've been to Cleveland. Shit, I've probably been there 6 times. I love
Oh,
it.
nice. Yeah, yeah. I think it's called Mabel's, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Chef Michael Simon. He's a native
What did you
Clevelander.
say the name of the place is?
I think it's Mabel's
I think you're right. Hold on.
barbecue. Yeah.
Now, did you? I know Jeff. I mean, we already spoke, and you were saying to send everything to you. Did you get that lead that we sent over yesterday?
Let me see. Mabel's. That looks like it. Images. That's it.
Well, the one
Yep.
I
Yep.
texted
Yep.
you
That's
is
definitely it.
the
Yeah, their barbecue there was just insanely good.
It's so good. Yeah. And yeah, and Michael Simon, he went to like yeah, he's from Cleveland, went to high school at like the local Catholic boys. Anyways, I just love it. Clevelanders are really loyal to Cleveland. I am
So,
not,
do you get back there often?
yeah, I was just there for Christmas actually. Yeah, I still have my dad and his wife and their kids there.
Oh, I
And my
gotcha.
grandma. Yeah.
So,
So
what brought you out to Chicago?
so I traveled a lot after college and then during and after grad school.
Mhm.
Like lots of time in Italy and Australia, and the pandemic brought me back. And I was like, well, I don't want to go back to Cleveland because I feel like it might just be a little bit too slow for me. Um,
Right.
I've always loved Chicago, and I went to Notre Dame for undergrad and grad school, so I was like, this makes sense. I know there's a community there, and it's very similar to Melbourne, actually, just the way it's all set up. And yeah, I love it.
There you go. Well, that's kind of cool. So when
Yeah.
the pandemic ends, are you going to go back on the road?
No, I think the pandemic showed me how much I missed home, like the States. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I'll probably, if I travel, it'll be probably like with a partner and a little bit more, not so solo, I think, I hope. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. One of my friends from high school, he went to Berkeley and I went to Davis, and we
Oh,
just
nice.
kind of separated for years, for shit the better part of 15 years, just lost touch with each other.
Hmm.
He he had when he was going to Cal, he he got like a fellowship, but an intern to go translate government documents in the old Soviet Union, because it just fallen apart, just kind of
Right.
aging myself. And so he went and moved to St. Petersburg, and
Oh, shit.
he lived there for like 6, 7 years. Then he moved to Sweden for a few years. Then he moved to Spain for a couple of years. And then he finally came back here. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, he goes, it was funny because I'm like, I'm so envious of everything that you've done. He goes, I'm so envious of everything that you have. He goes, dude, you got a house, you got a savings, you got this, you got that. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't travel the world like you did. So we both kind of like admired what each other had kind of accomplished in our own rights. And I said, I guess so. I go, do you wish you were still back on the road? He goes, honestly, dude. He goes, being gone for 15 years. He goes, I thought I was going to be gone 6 months. He was gone 15 years.
Oh.
He goes, getting back here, he goes, just makes me realize how much I love it here. He goes, I love
Hmm.
traveling, don't get me wrong. He goes, but it does make me realize how much I love it here. That was
Definitely. Definitely. Ooh, looks like we have an attendee. Hi, Corey. You've been hearing about our travel stories,
yeah.
or
What's
lack
going on, Corey?
thereof. I don't think Corey can. Oh, wait, can we unmute him?
Yeah, I got it.
There
What's
we
up? Let's see. I tried to unmute Corey. Corey, can you hook up your speaker, or can you hit the chat box?
Oh.
Oh, I think that's Corey. We got Corey. What's going on, Corey?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. No, just running a couple minutes late. Wanted to join the presentation today, so thank you.
Well, thank you. We're just kind of we're getting a little bit skunked today, so we're just having conversations about everything that we've or just our immediate past. Are you out in Utah, Corey?
Yes, Salt Lake City.
Where's Holiday at?
Holiday is a suburb on the kind of southeast part of the county.
Okay. I was just in St. George a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, there you go. Nice and
Yeah.
warm there.
It was pretty cold when we were there.
Was it really?
Yeah, we took a trip out to the Grand Canyon and Flagstaff, and we decided to call an audible, and we jammed on out to St. George, and was it Zion out there?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really neat. All right, well, listen, we're just going to go over a couple of things here today. Frank he had double booked, so what I want to do is I just want to share a couple of things with you guys that I think is cool. The first one is here. Hold on. All right. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen? Let me see.
Not at the moment, but you should have screen share ability.
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I've just got to figure out where it is. I use Zoom so much now that change presenter. Let's see. Where's screen share on here?
Great. Well, then I know we've already
So
over any other
if you go like the top, it says sharing, and then there's a click down.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I have change presenter.
Then like at the CC, like sharing, dashboard, attendees, the very top tab should be sharing.
Yeah.
And then
I pull that thing down and it says I've got 3 blocked out, and all I have is change presenters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here, let me make you a presenter. And we have Crystal Murray, who is also joining us.
What's up, Crystal? We'll take Crystal off mute too. All right. Okay. Hold on a second here. All right. Show my screen. I think that's it.
Yeah, I just made you a presenter.
Okay. So show my. Oh, just stop it. Okay. Show my screen. Show my screen. Go to webinar. I would like to capture this computer screen. Grant access to this application in secure privacy preferences located in system preferences. Open system preferences. Okay. Go to. Share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
We see Weekly Lunch and Learn with Carl White and Frank Garay.
Okay.
Are you sharing anything else?
Let me dump this. Cancel. No. Show my what? Unbelievable. Hold on a second. Hang tight, guys. I literally have a new computer. I had to download GoTo. So what I got on here. So let me see if I'm missing something that's painfully obvious. All right, you got a second? So check this out. I didn't even have GoTo on my computer, so I downloaded it here. So I'm trying to share my screen here. Okay, so it says share screen. Yeah. This is what they're seeing here. I don't. Oh wait.
There you go.
Okay, is that?
There we go.
Okay, you see a gal with a bingo sheet?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks for your help, Frank. All right, sorry about this, guys. Well, here's the truth of the matter is I hate when when you sit in on these webinars and it's like a bloodbath. It's like the Baton Death March where people are trying to like fit 50,000 things in. And it never really works. Okay, so things that we could actually start doing today. All right, so I'm gonna do this real quick. We'll get back to what Mary Catherine's doing over here, which is really cool. So, so I just had my birthday a couple of days ago. Thank you very much. Thank you. And one thing that happens on social media with your birthday is that everybody comes out of the woodwork, don't they? And they all wish you a happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. People, you have no idea who these people are. So if we go down here, see the happy birthday, they keep trickling in, happy birthday. And it just goes on and on and on and all that type of crap. Well, here's the problem with all the happy birthday stuff is that if you're wishing somebody a happy birthday as a marketing ploy or platform, which a lot of people do, you are competing against 50,000 other people who are wishing that person a happy birthday. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong. And why do people do it? Well, because Facebook tells you, hey, these 5 people are having birthdays today. So then what you do is you go in and you say happy birthday and you type and you send it off and your message gets diluted with everybody else and nobody cares. Nobody cares. How do I know this? Well, a couple of years ago, I did a little test, and my birthday's on January 8th. And what I did is I changed on January 9th, I changed my birthday to February 8th. And then on February 9th, I changed my birthday to March 8th. And then on March 9th, so what I did is I had a birthday every month for 7 months. And not one person figured out that I was having a birthday every single month. That shows you how little consideration goes into something like that. And yet we do it because we're silverfish in the ocean and we're all turning and maneuvering at the same angle, the same way all the time. And if we do the same type of marketing everybody else does, then our message gets diluted. So just a quick little tip, if like that is like something that you like to do, is you could go into your friends over here Okay, and this is actually, there's a couple of good things that happen from this. Now, what I'm going to do after I go into my friends is I'm going to click birthdays. Okay. Now, here's what I do. If I don't know who somebody is, I'm going to delete them. Okay, so if I find somebody that like I'm going to I don't know who that person is. Okay. But now, okay, so let's go through here. All right, Barry's birthday's in 2 days. All right. Marlene's tomorrow. Frankie Jr. is tomorrow. Corey is tomorrow. 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 Okay, so what I got, like tomorrow. You can have a handful that are tomorrows, okay? So here's a great thing to do, and it just doesn't matter where you put this. I put mine in Google Docs. I'm old, so I like simple things. Okay, so these are my Google Docs that I have over here, and you'll notice there's probably some scripts in here for, let's see what this one is. Okay, let's not use this one. Okay, so all you want to do is open up a Google Doc and just put over here scripts. And then you can make this like fancy if you choose to. Okay, you can make it bold, you can make it bigger, you can underline it, you can do whatever you want to do. All right, now let's get rid of all that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a script, and I'm going to save this in my Google Docs. I'm going to save it under the term scripts. Scripts you can use for social media. Scripts are great. There's a ton of utility for them. So what I'm going to write is something like, hey, say, good morning. Just wanted to get in front of this thing. No, oh, actually, I don't like that. Let's change it. Okay. Oh, stop it. Okay. No. I like when I write it, want to make it conversational. Conversational. I don't know if I'd put this because I don't know. I'm going to send it to something like this. Okay. Now you know this. You can see this is like totally benign. This you could send this to anybody. You could go ahead and change the name in front if you chose, if you wanted to, and then I might actually put in here. Let me do this here. Okay. I might actually even put over here. I'm going to say I'm going to drop this one down a little bit. Okay. For clients. Okay. All right. So, and then I'm going to say, all right. So don't let this COVID thing get you down. By the way, birds are great. You know what? I'm going to actually take that out. I'm going to put it like this. And here's the reason why, because they're going to see who it's coming from. And there's, they're going to Okay, that's you always want to have a call to action here. Again, make it conversational. Now you notice I put this is here for clients. So so all I have to do is I can go ahead and copy this, Command C. I can go over to my Facebook, and then I could go over here to tomorrow's her birthday. Oh, I know who Marlene is. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and hit that and there. Now, here's the thing. She's going to respond to me. It's going to happen. When you wish somebody a happy birthday, they're not going to respond to you because they don't know, because their timeline gets blown up. But what I'm doing is I'm doing something everybody else isn't doing. I'm getting to them before it's their birthday. Now, again, if Marlene was somebody that I wasn't terribly familiar with, that doesn't really bring anything to the table for me, I would go ahead and delete this person. You know, it's like when people started their whole Facebook thing, they wanted to see how fat and ugly their boyfriend or girlfriend got from high school 20 years earlier. That's why people got onto Facebook in the first place. And so you start, you know, you accept friends like you accept baseball cards. Right now, social media for me is just a job. I don't, it is a job, and it's a great means of communication, but for me, it's only a job. So it has to have a certain level of utility for me, and I want to be tactical in my approach. So if I had like, so for instance, I unfriended everybody from high school because they're not doing anything for me. And if I wanted to keep in touch with them, I'm still talking to them. If I'm not talking to them, I don't give a shit what they're doing on Thursday. So I went through and I cleaned up my Facebook, and I tried to concentrate the folks into groups that are going to be beneficial for me. Okay, so Marlene is actually she's a good one over here. So we just sent her that message. So I can go back to my Facebook, and I can go back over here to my friends, and I'm going to go over here to birthdays. Where'd my birthdays go? Oh, here you go, friends and birthdays. Okay. Birthdays tomorrow over here. Now, if it turns out like that, again, if it turns out that Corey doesn't bring anything to the table, then we're going to go ahead and lose Corey. But it's the same type of thing here. So I can go in here, I can check what Corey does, realtor, salesperson, production assistant, and okay, good. So we'll go ahead and send this over here too, Command V. Okay, so in 10 minutes, I can actually have like wish somebody a happy birthday, can I? But every single person who I send this to is going to respond to me. Now, when I go to my Google Doc here, you notice I have this for clients. So when you're going through and you have your past clients and your family and your friends, you're going to want to do something like this. The other thing that you're going to want to do for a script is you might want to have one that says for realtors, okay? Because we want to have more referral partners. That's always a good idea. And so what we would do is we would certainly go ahead and change our script just a tad for real estate agents. Okay, so we're going to underline here. They'll go down here. Then we'll drop it back down and get rid of our bold and our underline. So, you know, again, it's going to be very similar. Good morning, because I'm always going to do this in the morning. It's all about the same. Okay, so now I got for clients, and again, I put this in here because they know I'm a lender. They're going to see that from who it's coming from. They will respond. Now for realtors, I put in here, listen, you work too hard. This right here, my friends, is unadulterated, pure, concentrated pandering. That's exactly what, that's all this is. I'm putting this in here and I am 100% pandering to the agents because I don't think they work too hard. But this is going to be something that I'm kind of hoping that they'll kind of bite on and get them to respond to me. I hope you take the day off and do something crazy fun. You know, from all these real estate agents, what they love more than anything is when they used to be able to get into limos and, you know, go out with their title people and all that type of crap. So do something crazy fun. You deserve it. Again, pandering here again. And then my call to action. So as I'm going through my list of birthdays, I'm either going to delete the person or I'm going to send something like this for a client, or I'm going to send something like this for a realtor. So if I go ahead and save this, I'm going to save it as scripts. And I can always add to this because what you'll find is that it's kind of your show up and throw up type of moments. There's a ton of these that you can go ahead and do. But this is something that will have an immediate effect on your business because really when you think about it, in real estate and lending, your job is to get in the middle of conversations about real estate with people who are thinking of borrowing somebody else's money or buying another house. And when they do that, see, look at, by the way, here's Marlene. See, she responded to me. Now, I haven't spoke with Marlene in probably 2 years, okay? So it's really interesting. Everybody will respond to you. So what it will do is when you send the birthday, the well wishes the day before their birthday, you're the only person who's going to stand out. You can put it in a script so it doesn't take a lot of time. You can clean up your friends' accounts in Facebook by losing people who aren't bringing anything to the table for you. You can actually even put these into subgroups if you chose to. And by the end of the year, you'll know exactly where you stand with everybody who's in your Facebook account. And again, 95% of these people are going to send a response back to you. Now, if this is one of your past clients, your family, or your friends, when they respond back to you, that affords you the opportunity to open up a conversation about real estate and where they're at right now. And why is this important? Well, it's important because there was a study from CoreLogic that just came out a couple of days ago. And what it said is mortgages that are currently 90 days late, they've all but tripled from this time from October of 2019 to 2020. And loans that are 120 days late, they've gone up fourfold, meaning these are all pre-foreclosure deals right now. Now, this whole recession and lockdown hasn't really hit the mortgage space too bad, but it's hit a lot of other industries really bad. These are people who are coming out of their forbearance periods. They're going in, they got loan modifications, and now they simply aren't making their payments because they don't have their money. They don't have money. These would be great opportunities for you to have a conversation and find out if this is taking place. So you could, one, try to talk these folks into potentially selling their house, and you could hand these off to real estate agents because somebody who's 120 days late on their mortgage right now, again, it's quadrupled from this time last year, is a potential foreclosure, which means a potential audit, or if it's even sooner than that, it could be a potential buyback for your company. So great things can happen there, and those become referrals for potential listings for the real estate agents you're working with. That creates goodwill. The other part of it is if you have people who are just flying high right now and doing really great, if it spurs a conversation that you can have with them, then again, it affords you the opportunity to find out what's going on. Oh, you're sitting at a 4.5% right now? Well, shoot, we can get you in the mid twos. We can get you in the high twos right now. You can, in fact, let me find out what what your loan balance was when you did your loan, 6 months ago or 12 months ago. And it could open up opportunities for refinances. It can open up opportunities for people to move up. I mean, a lot of folks remember when people bought these houses back, in 2010, 2011, lenders, they would tell these people, you're never, ever, ever going to refinance this house. You're never going to move from it because you have a rate that is so incredibly low that you will never find a rate to warrant a refinance. And people by and large have listened to the advice that they received back in 2010, 11, and 12. People are nesting in their houses longer than they have historically. In fact, if you look at what's taken place on the secondary market, they look at how long a loan is going to be serviced for to determine what type of SRP they're going to be paying on that. And it was for the most part, it was 5 to 7 years was how long a loan would perform for. And that was actually really great because, with an amortization schedule, all our interest is front loaded. But what we've found post 2008 is people are staying in these loans for 8 to 12 years. They're staying in their nesting longer. And the reason they're doing it is because, well, there's a variety of reasons. But when you consider the fact that people are staying in their properties longer, they're doing it based on advice that they had received in the past. And they're not looking at the overall health of the mortgage and real estate market right now. NAR did a study that said 74% of people who own houses right now think it's a good time to sell their house. Yet we have a lack of inventory right now. So why are people staying in their houses longer? It's because of the uncertainty that is being spread surrounding what's going on with real estate right now. Yet if you had an opportunity to speak with somebody who's staying in their house because of all the uncertainty that they're hearing about, if you had the ability to say, oh yeah, this house that you bought 5 years ago, 4 years ago, yeah, your rate was great. You got 4.5% over here. That's a killer rate. I never thought they would go lower than that. But you have an FHA deal here and you've got mortgage insurance. Here's an interesting part of this. You could sell your house that you bought for $275. You could sell this thing now for, $425. You have $115,000 in equity in that place. And in fact, you could go ahead and buy a $600,000 house today. You put your $100,000 down on the property, get a conventional loan with a rate that's 2.5%, have no mortgage insurance. Heck, you know what? As I'm looking at this scenario here, you can move into that bigger, better house in a nicer neighborhood and your payment wouldn't change one damn dime. And here's what I know, people. Here's what I know. I know there's a scientific study on this. I know that a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich, it tastes better on a granite countertop than it does a Formica countertop. I know that for sure. And I know that you sleep better on beautiful Mexican pavers than you do shag carpet. Know that for a fact. So there's great opportunity for move up potential with a lot of people that are currently in your database, if only you could have these conversations, because there's so many misconceptions that are taking place right now. The question you need to ask yourself as a loan officer, or more importantly as a salesperson, is how do I initiate these conversations? Because if you call people out of the blue, how do we react when we get a call out of the blue? Hi, Brian, would you like a Caribbean cruise? No, I don't want one. Hey, guess what? You just won 7 nights at the Hilton. I don't want it. Hey, I'm going to give you $10,000. Don't want it. Click. We are conditioned not to accept those phone calls from anybody, right? Now, what happens when we get emails? Well, I'll show you my email right now. I bet my email looks a hell of a lot like your email. Okay, let's go here. Spam, 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 not spam, 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 not spam, 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 spam. You get the idea? Like, our emails have become so blown out that is no longer an effective means of communication, is it? I mean, texting works. It does work, though we are starting to get messages on our texting, don't we? We get all these crazy updates. So that's starting to wash out as well. So what is an effective means or icebreaker to reach out to people? Well, we are also conditioned on social media. When somebody sends you an instant message, especially if it's personal, we're conditioned to kind of respond to that. Now, this isn't everybody, but the numbers would bear it out. The vast majority of folks do. And as a salesperson, I always say you need to speak the language that those whose business you covet speak. And they speak the language of technology. You have to understand what means of technology the people whose business you covet are going to speak. And what I've discovered is by sending out these birthday well wishes a day prior to their birthday, it affords you the opportunity to stand out. Every single person will respond to you. You're going to know if they're a past client or a real estate agent, and you have to have a call to action for both. And our call to actions, we have so many great call to actions right now with our past clients. If they own a house, can they refinance the house? Should they move up? Do they have friends who need to refinance a house? I mean, we got a ton of opportunities there, don't we? Or, by the way, are they 120 days late, the number that is quadrupled, and would they be better off to sell their house and face a foreclosure and live to fight another day and pocket that equity? There's a ton of opportunities here. And this really acts as a great icebreaker. But what you guys need to do is you need to figure out when you start that conversation with them, when they respond to you, as Marlene just responded to me in a couple of seconds here, when they respond to you, what are you going to do to further that conversation? Because, The hardest part about conversion and sales is having the person actually listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth. That's the hardest part. Like they'll listen to you, but they're thinking of something else. They need to listen to the words that you're saying. The best way to have somebody listen to you is to listen to them. And so if you have a conversation with somebody, you know, keep kicking the can down the road. Keep that person talking. See if you can turn that instant message into an actual phone conversation. Find out how their kids are doing. Find out how they're doing. You know, just keep the conversation going, because in a world of parity, I'm going to work with a person I like more. And that's what we're dealing with, because we are dealing with a world of parity with our loans, our products, our pricing, our turn times. Even if it's not, we all sell the same line, the same manila envelope. And so in a world of parity, we're going to work with who we know, like, and trust. So that's a great opportunity there. And it's a real simple thing to do. Just go into your friends, find out people's birthdays tomorrow, go and get yourself, write a couple of scripts, save them, copy and paste them, and just spend 10 minutes in the morning, and you will start 15 conversations. If you start 15 conversations, I promise you, one of those 15 conversations is going to have something about their mortgage that needs to be serviced. It's the easiest, cheapest, well, it's free. It's the easiest, fastest way for you to pick up a deal here and there. Okay, the other thing, we're kind of going short on time here, is I wanted to share with you, let's see, Mary. Okay, Mary Catherine. Oh, where's Mary Catherine? Oh, she's over here. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So I thought this was, you know, when you're thinking about marketing, you got to think of things that are, marketing can be very topical. It could be very time sensitive, can it? Because a great marketing idea today is not necessarily a great marketing idea tomorrow. We have to read the tea leaves of what's going on in the industry. Now, this is pretty cool, and I can give this to you guys right now, and you probably have heard of it. But everybody likes to gamify their job. If you can find a way to make your marketing fun or make it a game, you're going to default to doing it more often. Now, the other thing that we know that's going on right now is that there's a I guess there's this pandemic going on right now, and out here where we live in California, the entire state's shut down. Like every business is shut down. It's food to go, and that's pretty much it. These small businesses are getting just kicked in the teeth. It's sad to see what's going on right now. As we stand, there's over 800 small businesses that are going bankrupt every day. There's been 125,000 companies, small businesses that have closed down since the pandemic started, that are not going to reopen, and the numbers are getting worse. So this tells me this is a great opportunity for us in the mortgage space and the real estate space to try to help our small businesses. Now, Mary Catherine did this here, and this is, if you haven't heard of it, and I'll give you a copy of it if you want, she's got this thing called Bingo. She's in Jefferson County, that's outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and they're doing bingo. Now, what is the bingo about? Okay, so if I go over here, and I just had her send it to me. Okay, so what they did was they put small businesses, they got 5 people doing this, her and 4 real estate agents. You get the idea? Getting you closer with your real estate agents. And anybody can do this. Anyone can get a bingo card. And what happens is they got all these small businesses here, and you have to shoot a video and post it with a specific hashtag about the business, and then you can fill in that spot. So if you went to Best Kept Secret, the Dough Depot, Free Space, Meraki Tattoo and Piercing, and Russell Houses, if you went in front of these spaces, you get bingo, and then you get thrown into a pool to win a $250 gift card from the businesses of your choice. So she's dumping $250 into this thing, but anybody can play it. And then so they're going to draw on January 31st, and somebody's going to get $250. Now, by doing this, what they're doing is they're trying to get people to recognize the small businesses, okay, to buy locally. This is great for a whole bunch of reasons. One, our small businesses in our communities desperately need somebody to step to the forefront and kind of help them out. In a tactical sense, a strategic sense, Mary Catherine, who's a lender, this is putting her in touch with different real estate agents and different small businesses in her community. Now, here's the great thing about small businesses. Like if you have a wood carving place, a coffee place, a hair salon, a nail salon, a tattoo place, one thing that all those places have in common is the people who frequent them like to live indoors just like me and you. Like somebody who wants to spend $5 on a latte, they like to live indoors too. Nobody wants to live underneath the freeway overpass. So everybody from any business, there are people who like to live indoors, which means there's a high probability that they're going to need to borrow somebody else's money. So a small business really acts as a referral source. If you have a small business in your back pocket as a referral source, it is just as good as a real estate agent. The difference is a small business will not shop you like a real estate agent will. The difference is if you get a deal from a small business, you get to hand that referral over to a real estate agent, which puts you in the driver's seat, rather than you waiting for a real estate agent to give you a referral, which puts you in the passenger seat. It makes you Oliver Twist asking for more porridge. So how effective is it to go shoot these videos in front of these small businesses with this little bingo card? So look at this. Let's go here. Okay. So this one, I want you to notice here. This has, you can't see it here, but I know this from Mary Catherine. They have 113 shares on this. That means 113 people saw this video that Mary Catherine shot from her phone and decided to share it on their timeline. This video, this is a wood carving guy. This has 13,000 views as of yesterday, and it had been live since January 7th, about 5 days. 13,000 views. Okay. Now what she did is she also opened up. Let's go. What's it called? Where is the? Okay. Jeff. Okay. So she also opened up a separate public page. We support Jefferson County small businesses. Okay, so this acts as a landing spot for all the videos that everybody else is also posting outside of her. Okay. So all the small businesses are all part of this. And so their call to action for people in Jefferson County is you can always go over here to we support Jefferson County small businesses, and you can find all the businesses that are on here and go ahead and support any of them. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting a coupon from every business on here too. So when we support these small businesses, we're going to say, hey, if you go look for discounts on the Support Jefferson County small business site. But if we go back over here to Mary Catherine, let's see if I can back up. Okay, as we go through here, look at all these videos here. Okay, 22 shares. Here's another stop. This is some gal named Amy who's doing this. Small business. Small business. So there's another person with a bingo, small business. And we go through here, there's a ton of these. Here's another person who's doing it. They're posting over here. Look at this one, 53 shares. These numbers are off the charts, aren't they? Okay, there she is, small business. And it's easy. So they're doing like one or two. Look at this is another person doing it. These are other people who are participating in her game of bingo. And by the way, Jefferson County, she lives in Festus, Missouri. There's a few thousand people who live in this little town. So her saturation level with these small businesses is absolutely remarkable. And because she's the one who started it, she's the one who's ultimately going to have the most benefit from it. Look at this, 27 shares. And it all centers around what she's doing. Look at Joshua over here with a business card or the bingo sheet, Okay, why do I bring this up? Because Mary Catherine, from the videos that she has shot, and small businesses who she's now participating with, and from the Facebook site that she put together, they started off with 25 businesses, okay? 5 by 5, there's 25 businesses on that bingo sheet, actually 24 because of the free space in the middle. She's now she has 48 small businesses who are asking her if they can participate in the same manner that these other companies are. Now, this is remarkable, and this takes a lot of work and a lot of discipline to do. And what she needs to do is we need to start to really build a great foundation and find out who these small businesses are And then make sure that these small businesses are aware of what we're trying to accomplish over here. We want to help the small businesses, but by extension, Mary Catherine as a local lender is also a small business. So it's important for these small businesses to be supporting her as well. And she's doing so with flyers and different things that she's actually putting in these businesses. Now, imagine if you had 48 small businesses who are geeked up about you trying to keep their doors open. Do you think if they know anybody who wants to purchase a house or get a refinance, do you think that Mary Catherine's not going to be the first person that they call? Well, the answer is emphatically they will call her first, because the whole idea of reciprocity, she is going out of her way for no good reason to help these small businesses out. And it's very, very effective because these videos are making the rounds in this tiny little Jefferson County. So the whole idea of reciprocity is they're going to want to help her out as well. So the bingo sheets are actually pretty cool. She's been working on this for a week, and I got to tell you, this little girl is having a blast with this. She's really, imagine enjoying your marketing. Wouldn't you default to marketing more if you actually enjoyed what you were doing? You know, are you walking barefooted on gravel, or are you having a good time with your marketing? And she's having a good time with her marketing. And so this would be kind of a cool thing if you guys wanted to give it a shot. And what I can do is I could give you, in fact, we have Jen. If I got Jen over here, is if I could send this to her, because she's got the go-to. I can send, and you guys can go ahead and tweak it for yourself if you wanted to. And if anybody on here has any questions about what we're doing, because this is just the beginning of it, but if anyone has any questions about how this whole thing is done, outside of the obvious, which is kind of self-explanatory, you guys can certainly reach out to me on Facebook, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. And on Facebook, I'm just Brian Stevens. I'm the washed up real estate agent. This is my profile here. So if you just send out a friend request to Brian Stevens and send me an instant message, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Now, Jen, would it be cool if I take the just the template for the bingo sheet, and can I send that to you so you can distribute it to the people who are on the call?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let me get a pen. Hold on a second. Hold on.
All good.
Dr. Shane?
There you go.
Okay. Oh, goodness. My God. I put some floors in one of my friend's RVs the other day. It's how you know you're just too old and out of shape. My legs and my butt cheeks hurt so bad right now. It's like that kind of good pain, but it shouldn't be that painful for as little as I moved. Okay, Jen, what's your email?
Actually, I just sent it to you in the private chat. Did you get that?
Oh, okay, let me check. Hold on a second here. Ah, gotcha.
Downloads.
So does this
Gotcha. Okay, so okay. Well, that's where we're at. Again, like I said, anyone, if you want, reach out to me. I could actually even probably get Mary Catherine to talk with you guys sometime in the coming days if you want a little bit more clarity. But I will tell you this, though. This is kind of interesting. This little girl, Mary Catherine, I got to tell you, following through with what you say you're going to do is going to be the best asset that you have as a mortgage lender. This little wallflower follows through with everything that she says she's going to do. So she did this bingo thing and she ran at it and she's kicking ass with it. Mary Catherine just switched companies that she's working for, okay? She walked away from 18 loans. In her pipeline, she had 18 loans that she walked away from to go work for a different company. That's how successful this little girl is. So if you guys want to, and I say little, I'm not being demeaning. She's actually short in stature. I don't mean it in a negative way at all. But if you guys, she's badass in terms of what her marketing is. So if you guys want to reach out to me, or if you'd like to have a Q&A with her, I can certainly go ahead and facilitate that. And then I guess that's where I'm at, Jen.
Wonderful. So we'll close it out. And again, you'll see a follow-up email from either myself or Valerie at NAM. And thank you for attending. Have a good day.
Thanks a lot, Jen. Thanks, guys. Talk soon. Bye.